A common trend among YouTube filmmakers shooting in S-Log is to crank the in-camera saturation all the way up to compensate for color banding issues with 8-bit footage. But this actually doesn't fix colors in S-Log. First, I'm going to show you why this approach is flawed, and then I'll show you a better way to handle S-Log using my preferred method in Davinci Resolve. And if you use a program like Final Cut or Premiere, stick around and I'll give you a few tips. Here I have two identical clips shot in S-Log 2 in the default S-Gamut color space. They've been transformed into Rec. 709. The only difference is the clip on the right was captured with the in-camera saturation at +32. If we increase saturation in the clip on the left, we start to see issues with color. The vector scopes confirm the presence of banding in the first clip, but not in the second. Now, this in-camera saturation trick may seem to work, but let's compare it to a clip captured in the default picture profile for reference. You can see something is off with the colors. See how the dress looks more orange than red in the clip on the right. This is because we haven't accounted for the S-Gamut color space properly. I have my default S-Log 2 clip here in Davinci Resolve, the one without any in-camera saturation, and I'm going to use a color space transform plugin to bring it from S-Log 2 to Rec. 709 Gamma. But watch what happens when I transform my color space from S-Gamut to Rec. 709. Suddenly, my footage is more saturated and the colors look better. Now, if I try the same thing with my second clip, the one where in-camera saturation has been maxed out, I'm left with this oversaturated image. I can try to fix this by dropping the saturation, but it doesn't do so uniformly. The reds are still way too high. Now, if we compare the default S-Log 2 clip with the S-Gamut transform to the in-camera saturated S-Log 2 clip without the S-Gamut transform, you can see that the clip on the left more naturally represents colors. This is most apparent in the reds and skin tones. Notice how when we zoom in, the skin on the right has a green cast to it. This is a common complaint amongst Sony S-Log shooters, and the S-Gamut transform appears to fix this issue. Now, for those of you who don't have Davinci Resolve or don't want to worry about color space transform, an easy solution is to change your camera color space from S-Gamut to Pro or Rec. 709 Matrix. Here's a final comparison between my preferred methods, the default S-Log 2 S-Gamut transform on the left, S-Log 2 with the Rec. 709 Matrix color space in the middle, and the default Rec. 709 picture profile for reference on the right.